On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Disillusion.
To disappoint someone or something because you found that something you believed in or hoped for was not as it seemed.
Examples:
Disillusion the young. Disillusion him about reality. She felt disillusioned with the management and decided to leave.
Rediscover.
To discover or find again something that was previously known but lost.
Examples:
Rediscover a value. Rediscover an old truth. The painting was rediscovered in an attic and turned out to be a long-lost masterpiece.
Idealist.
A person who is guided by ideals or principles rather than practical considerations or reality. A person who seeks to achieve a particular vision or goal for the betterment of society or humanity.
Examples:
Idealist at heart. An idealist perspective. As a dedicated idealist, she always fought for what was right, no matter the cost.
Wreckage.
The remains of something that has been destroyed, ruined, severely damaged, or crashed, usually referring to vehicles, buildings, or machinery.
Examples:
Wreckage recovery. Shipwreckage. The wreckage of the plane was scattered across the field after the crash.
Scroop.
A person or thing that causes a mistake or error, a disorderly or confused situation resulting from mistakes or errors.
Examples:
Financial screw-up. Career screw-up. His latest screw-up at work may cost him his job.
Diplomat.
A person appointed by a government to conduct diplomacy, equals the management of relationships between countries, with one or more other countries or international organizations.
Examples:
Allied diplomat. Expel a diplomat. The senior diplomat worked tirelessly to negotiate a peace treaty between the two countries.
Colorblind.
Of a person, unable to distinguish certain colors or used to describe a lack of racial or cultural bias.
Examples:
Colorblind condition. Colorblind person. The company's HR policy advocates for a colorblind workplace where all employees are treated equally regardless of race.
Fascinate.
To attract and hold the attention of someone deeply and irresistibly.
Examples:
Fascinate the public. Fascinate the young. The magic tricks fascinated the children.
Numb.
Unable to feel physical sensation and movement, not showing human feeling or sensitivity.
Examples:
Numb with cold. A numb mind. My left arm became numb.
Induct.
To formally admit someone to a job or position of authority. To officially introduce someone to an organization or group, or beliefs or ideas.
Examples:
Induct them into military service. Induct a clergy person to a benefice. We were inducted into the Honor Society.
Exhilarating.
Making one feel very happy and lively, invigorating, providing a feeling of excitement or thrill.
Examples:
An exhilarating drink. Exhilarating view. Bungee jumping was an exhilarating experience that left me shaking with adrenaline.
Revelry.
Lively and noisy festivities, typically involving drinking, dancing, and general merrymaking. A celebration marked by indulgence and enjoyment.
Examples:
Revelry in the streets. Festival revelry. The street was filled with revelry on New Year's Eve.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
Sect beliefs. Secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Warlord.
A military leader who has gained control over a region or territory, typically through force or intimidation. A commander of an army or group of soldiers who operates outside the control of a legitimate government.
Examples:
Tribal warlord. Regional warlord. The warlord's army was well equipped and well trained, making them a formidable force to reckon with.
Hideaway.
A place or location that is concealed, private, or secluded, often used as a retreat or escape from the demands of everyday life.
Examples:
Secluded hideaway. Romantic hideaway. I found a peaceful hideaway in the mountains to relax and recharge.
Eradicate.
To get rid of or destroy something completely, especially something bad.
Examples:
Eradicate the deficit. Eradicate racial discrimination. We are trying to eradicate this disease from the world.
Platoon.
A subdivision of a military company consisting of a small group of soldiers, usually about 30, that operates as a unit within a larger military unit, a group of individuals or things that work together or share a common purpose.
Examples:
Platoon leader. Platoon sergeant. The platoon of soldiers marched in perfect formation during the parade. Cadre. A group of trained and committed members of an organization or movement.
Examples:
Elite cadre. Cadre of leaders. The cadre of experienced soldiers led the attack. Pinnacle. The highest point or peak of something, particularly a mountain or a career, the greatest or highest level of achievement or success.
Examples:
Architectural pinnacle. Reach the pinnacle. Climbing to the pinnacle of the mountain is a challenge that many outdoor enthusiasts strive to achieve.
Sanction.
Official permission or approval for an action, especially an economic or political action by a government or international organization, a penalty or punishment imposed for breaking the law, rule, or agreement. Verb, to impose a penalty or punishment for breaking the law, rule, or agreement.
Examples:
Imperial sanction. Popular sanction. The government imposed economic sanctions on the country.
Oblige.
To force or require someone to do something through legal, social, or moral obligations. To voluntarily do something to help or please someone. To be indebted or grateful to someone.
Examples:
Oblige him to reject. Oblige a request. As a citizen, we must oblige to the laws of the land.
Disarm.
To remove weapons or the means of attack from a person, group, or situation. To win over or reduce suspicion or hostility from an opponent or adversary.
Examples:
Disarm opponents. Disarm a bomb. The police were able to disarm the suspect without any violence.
Diplomacy.
The art and practice of conducting negotiations between nations, organizations, or people. The fine art of dealing with people in a sensitive and effective way.
Examples:
The language of diplomacy. The art of diplomacy. Effective diplomacy is necessary to resolve conflicts and maintain relationships between countries.
Condemn.
To express strong disapproval or criticism of something.
Examples:
Condemn violence. Condemn crime. The government was condemned for its handling of the crisis.
Penthouse.
A luxurious apartment or living space situated on the highest floor or roof of a building, often with additional amenities or features such as a balcony, terrace, or panoramic view, the top floor or floors of a building.
Examples:
Penthouse apartment. Penthouse terrace. The penthouse in the city center offers stunning views of the skyline.
Sabbatical.
A period of leave granted to a person for rest, travel, or other pursuits, often in academia or other professions.
Examples:
Sabbatical leave. Sabbatical year. After 10 years of teaching, she took a sabbatical to travel the world.
Inchoate.
Being in an early or incomplete stage, not fully formed or developed.
Examples:
Inchoate idea. Inchoate relationship. The entrepreneur's business plan was still inchoate and needed further development before implementation.
Inarticulate.
Struggling to express oneself clearly or effectively in speech or writing, lacking the ability to communicate ideas or feelings fluently or coherently.
Examples:
Inarticulate speech. Inarticulate mumble. The author's inarticulate writing style made it difficult for readers to follow his story.
Pivot.
A change in direction or focus, especially in a business or political strategy. A fixed point that supports something that turns or balances.
Examples:
Center pivot irrigation. Pivot point. The team needed to come up with a pivot strategy to turn things around.
Reluctantly.
In a way that you are unwilling to do something, with hesitation.
Examples:
Reluctantly approve the idea. Reluctantly leave. He reluctantly agreed to go to the party.
Exaggerate.
To describe or represent something as better or worse than it is.
Examples:
Exaggerate in degree. Exaggerate story. She exaggerated the extent of her injuries to get more money from the settlement.
Secondly.
Used to introduce the second point or item in a list or series of statements, considerations, etc.
Examples:
Secondly connected. Secondly, it is important. Firstly, we will discuss the budget. Secondly, we will go over the schedule.
Discredit.
To harm the reputation or credibility of someone or something. To make something appear untrue or unreliable.
Examples:
Discredit a theory. Discredit a witness. The company's unethical practices have discredited its brand image in the eyes of consumers.
Perpetrate.
To commit or carry out a harmful or illegal act, particularly one that involves violence or deception. To be responsible for the creation or continuation of a negative situation.
Examples:
Perpetrate harassment. Perpetrate a fraud. The criminal decided to perpetrate another robbery despite his previous arrest.
Falsehood.
A statement or belief that is untrue, often intentionally deceptive or misleading.
Examples:
Spread falsehoods. Palpable falsehood. The media exposed the politicians' falsehoods.
Moan.
To make a low, prolonged sound of pain, grief, or sexual pleasure. To complain about something.
Examples:
Moan the current situation. Moan with pleasure. She moaned in pain as the doctor examined her injury.
Resign.
To give up a position or job voluntarily, to accept something unpleasant or undesirable as inevitable.
Examples:
Resign all hopes. Resign to fate. After a long battle with her health, the teacher had no choice but to resign from her position.
Gulp.
To swallow quickly and forcefully, to take in a large amount of air or liquid quickly and audibly because of surprise, fear, or excitement.
Examples:
Gulp water. Gulp air. He had to gulp down his coffee before rushing to work.
Riot.
A violent disturbance of the peace by a crowd, characterized by destruction of property, looting, arson, and attacks on individuals.
Examples:
Riot police. Riot control gas. The riots in the city have left many buildings damaged and several people injured.
Anarchy.
A state of society without government or law.
Examples:
Anarchy in the classroom. Lapse into anarchy. The concept of anarchy has been used in literature, music, and other art forms to explore ideas about power, freedom, and rebellion.
Troop.
A group of soldiers, especially a large one, a group of people, animals, or things considered as a unit.
Examples:
The members of a military troop. A troop of deer. The troop of soldiers marched through the city in a parade.
Disenfranchise.
To prevent someone from having the right to vote or from having an equal opportunity to vote.
Examples:
Disenfranchise voters. Disenfranchise citizens. The new citizenship laws will disenfranchise many immigrants.
Manifestation.
A visible or tangible form of something, especially a particular sign of a disease or condition.
Examples:
Manifestation of a deeper problem. Manifestation of psychological stress. The manifestation of his anxiety was evident in his shaking hands.
Pretension.
The act of claiming or asserting something, especially without good reason or without evidence, an unfounded or excessive claim or ambition.
Examples:
Pretension to authority. Baseless pretension. His pretensions of being a gourmet were quickly exposed when he could not identify basic herbs and spices.
Unify.
To bring or join something together so that they form a single unit.
Examples:
Unify the system. Unify the party. The people believe that they can unify the country.
Dispossess.
To deprive someone of the possession or use of something, often property or land.
Examples:
Dispossess a person of his property. Dispossess an entire township. He was forced to dispossess his tenants because they couldn't pay the rent.
Culminate.
To reach a peak or climax.
Examples:
Culminate in a heart attack. Culminate in failure. The event will culminate in a grand fireworks display.
Chew.
To crush or grind something, especially food, with the teeth and then swallow it.
Examples:
Chew each word. Chew a stick of gum. My dog loves to chew on bones.
Innovate.
To introduce new methods, ideas, or products.
Examples:
Innovate a new method. Innovate the quality of his life. Companies developing self-driving cars consistently innovate the emerging technologies.
Politic.
Wise in displaying the ability to make reasonable decisions.
Examples:
A politic decision. Heal the body, politic. She was politic in her behavior.
Inject.
To put a liquid such as a drug or other substance into a person's or an animal's body using a needle and syringe equals small tube.
Examples:
Inject under the skin. Inject a personal opinion into a debate. Let's try to inject a bit of enthusiasm into your performance.
Mafia.
A secret criminal organization that engages in illegal activities such as gambling, extortion, racketeering, prostitution, and drug trafficking, typically maintains a strict code of loyalty, secrecy, and omerta, equals silence or non-cooperation with authorities.
Examples:
Organized crime mafia. Mafia activities. The boss of the mafia was finally caught after years on the run.
Militia.
A military force comprised of trained soldiers who are usually a citizen or have other jobs.
Examples:
Militia groups. Armed militia. Militia suddenly occupied the presidential palace.
Provable.
Capable of being demonstrated or shown to be true, able to be verified through evidence or logical reasoning.
Examples:
Provable fact. Provable theory. The defense found no provable evidence to support the accusations against their client.
Embody.
To represent or exemplify something, to give tangible form to an abstract idea.
Examples:
Embody my goal. Embody a spirit of charity. The company's new products embody the values of innovation and sustainability.
Guerrilla.
A member of small, independent soldiers or fighters who engage in irregular, often surprise attacks against enemy forces.
Examples:
An urban guerrilla. Guerrilla warfare. The government's efforts to suppress the guerrilla movement were met with resistance from local communities.
Separatist.
Relating to or advocating for the separation or withdrawal of a group or region from a larger entity, often for political, cultural, or ideological reasons, seeking independence or autonomy.
Examples:
Separatist movement. Regional separatist. The separatist group demanded independence from the ruling government.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
Institutionalize a system. Institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Chaotic.
Without any order or organization, extremely disorganized, unpredictable, and confusing.
Examples:
The chaotic economic situation. Chaotic theory. Change is also occurring in Turkey as a result of chaotic reform.
Chant.
A simple melody or tune, typically one that is repeated or sung in a monotonous way. Verb, recite with musical intonation.
Examples:
Chant melodies. Chant in the chapel. The soccer game crowd broke into a chant of "Go, team, go."
Preach.
To deliver a religious or moral message to an audience.
Examples:
Preach the gospel. Preach to the masses. The pastor preached about the importance of forgiveness.
Twit.
A silly or foolish person, someone regarded as annoying or irritating.
Examples:
Celebrity twit. Neighborhood twit. Please ignore that twit on social media. Their opinions are irrelevant.